Hey, Charles, welcome to Hump Day. Sorry we got off to a little bit of a slow start, some technical difficulties with some of the equipment. So we were able to finally get that squared away and get ready to rock and roll. Charles, how
Yep.
are you on this Hump Day?
All right. We got some winners here, I think, today.
Well, hopefully that was the idea. We had some winners yesterday at Horseshoe Indianapolis in that marathon card. I don't know, last night, Charles, if you had a chance to watch our show last night with Maddie Rowland from she's at Tampa Bay Downs now, and she's a young apprentice jockey, just an electric, I would say, infectious smile and attitude. We had her on once before, and she was phenomenal back then. And this is a person that's very easy to root for.
Yeah, I didn't get to see last night's show. I did get to see Monday night's show, but I unfortunately could not see last night's.
Yeah, make sure if you haven't, take a look at Maddie. She's a very impressive young lady, definitely on the way up. And again, throughout the entire show, you can't help but smile during the entirety of it. And then tonight we'll have on another young lady with Jamie and Sean. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern. You're going to want to make sure you check that out. That's going to be Kylie Wellington. She's very young. She's new to the game, but an exciting jockey that I know Jamie is really high on. So make sure you tune into that. I don't know how Sean got the best job in the world. Like every time you got Sean, Jamie, and then these wonderful guests. So he's living right, I guess, as they say.
That's right.
All right. So for you and I, we're going to try to pick right. We don't get to live as fancy as Sean does, right? We don't get that good company. You get me and I get you. Both of us poor guys.
Well, I know. Who's the luckiest one? I don't know.
Of course, it would be you. All right, so let's talk about race number 1 here at Churchill Downs. Race 1 at Churchill Downs, Charles, it is excuse me while I go to that screen, it is a 6 furlong, claiming $10,000 race. The purse here is $32,000. And the sort of horse that wins at 6 furlongs on the Churchill Downs course has tactical speed. The post positions are mostly fair. You do get a slight bonus if you are in posts 4, 5, 6, and 7. And let us bring in today for the first time our way to the winner circle worksheet. Charles, again, real quick, if you haven't been here before, the E stands for horses that have early speed. These are horses that you can think of as pilots. If they were flying a plane, they want to be in the front. EPs are pilots and co-pilots, so they can be in the front or they can ride shotgun, so to speak. The P horses, they're shotgun riders all the time when they win, usually within 2 lengths of the leader at the quarter-mile marker. The PC has the characteristics of a co-pilot and someone who's riding a coach, trying to sneak their way up to first class. And then, of course, the seahorses, closers, they ride coach, always trying to move their way forward as the race goes on. And in race number 1, we get a scratch. And otherwise, the weather, I think, is pretty nice there, Charles. I saw the track was fast. You got a firsthand account. What's the weather like there?
Oh, yeah, it's very nice. It's going to be in the high 50s probably here today. So it's really nice. So
beautiful. And then as far as pace sets up for this race, it does look like the EP horse, the 2, has the most early speed, a little bit of a plus advantage through the first quarter mile, meaning the 1 and the 5 might duke it out, but the 1 has the advantage there, Charles, at least on paper. Forget paper. On the track, how do you see it?
Well, there's for sure 3 horses that I really like today, and this race is one of them, which is going to be the 5 horse. I really like this horse today. This horse cuts back. This horse was well bet in the last 3 times it ran. He was claimed in the last time. We got that famous father-son combo, jockey and trainer, Steve Asmussen and his son. They dropped below the claiming price, and the blinkers are back on. When you look at those races, the horse did run much better with blinkers, so they're putting them back on for this race. So I think this horse is going to be very tough to catch. The 1 horse I do believe is going to sit right there for second, probably at the end. Drops in class today, has speed, as you said, well below the claiming price. So there might be a fire sale here. And then the 4 horse is my 3rd choice. This horse has tactical speed. Gets John Court today. I think that's a good little plus. Fits well in here with these type of horses. And the 3 I have for the finish out all the exotics. This horse drops today, which makes him a little bit more of a contender. He has tactical speed, so he fits with these horses.
Yeah, I feel like this race, there's just, I kind of like 2 horses better in this race than the others. So I like Montauk Daddy, the 1 horse, as my top choice here. It does have that early race advantage. Is dropping in multiple classes. Has last race had a major improvement in the 4 furlongs and the late pace. So the second half of the race, it already has the advantage in the beginning. And now if it can develop an advantage at the end, it could be very difficult to pass. Number 5, the one that you really like, Alfie Solomons, does have some really nice Churchill Downs workouts getting ready for her first Churchill Downs race. If you think about Mike Smith, the Hall of Fame jockey, told us before the Kentucky Derby, pay particular attention to how horses train at Churchill. How they train there is how they tend to run there in what he called a peanut buttery surface. Number 2, looks like to me Retaliated is the best of the rest. At the distance 13 times with the win, and then 3 seconds and 3/3. So 7 out of 13 in the money at the distance. And then finally, number 3, this one's my last choice in here, Guard. It's the lone pressure closer horse versus all of the others that want to be forwardly placed. So the 3 horse should get a very nice trip for its running style. I want to say thank you to Ed Abel. I hope I got that right because I can't see that far, and it's only that far from my face. I need some glasses, Charles, but he gave us a nice thumbs up on Facebook. If you like what you see, thumbs up on Facebook, thumbs up on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our social media sites below. We appreciate that. Hey, Barry, how are you? Rich gonna hit a nice pick 4 yesterday. Yeah, I've got a pick 4 2 days in a row, so they both were pretty nice. Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row. See if Charles can take some of the weight off my back today.
Well, let's see. Who's winning the contest is the main question, I guess, right now.
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
Yeah, I'd like to know that now.
I am.
Okay.
I came back to take the lead.
Yeah, but not for long, buddy.
Just long enough to get to next month. All right. So race number 2. This one is 1 mile on the main track, of course. It's a maiden claiming $50,000. Purses for 58 grand. This race is filled with 2-year-olds in race 2. So that's one of those just about anything can happen races. But what usually happens at the distance, it's a fair mix between horses that like to be at the front and close and back almost 50-50. There is an outside to inside bias with 4 through 7 performing the best. Charles, this race is loaded with a ton of horses, most of which, if you see over here, they want to be on the back end. Well, they just haven't shown a whole lot. They've been way off the pace. The 3 got scratched out. The 14 and 15, as a couple of also eligibles, got knocked out of here. The 4 horse looks to me like it might be the one that has the most early speed. All these crazy arrows pointing like Yosemite Sam, he went that way. Just shows which way they're moving in class, which I think is a key in these maiden races. All right, Charles, with the scratches and all of these horses really kind of not showing much so far in their careers, how do you unscramble what looks to be kind of scrambled?
I think there's only 1 horse right now that is on the uptick, and this horse is moving up in class, but this horse was claimed last time out, so you kind of have to do that. So the 8 horse is my first choice here. This horse ran second last time out. Like I said, he was claimed, and he's moving up in class, but he has to. Cuts back in distance. He has that tactical speed. He probably could even go to the lead if he really wanted to. And he was well bet in the last race he was in. So I think we're going to see a little something here from this horse today. The 12 horse, this horse drops in class. This horse has that tactical closing speed. He was well bet in the last. He adds the blinkers today. And there's a hot jockey trainer combo in the last 14 days. So that gives this horse some ability there to make up some of the exacta. And then the 10 horse is my third pick here. This horse drops in class today. Well bet in the last time out. Cox gets 29% when the first time he puts him in a route. So something you got to look out for this horse here on today. And then my final choice is the 13. This horse cuts back today, got some tactical speed, which is more, probably on the closer part of the race. So he could probably sit second or third. and he fits well with these horses.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about that 13 moving up. I'm going to go with the 12 horse. Let me love you. Was the favorite last time out. Got beat. Did show some better fractions in the early part of the race and improved its pace numbers. So I think you're going to see that horse continue up the performance ladder. Number 4, Gabe, could be better in career start. Number 2, showed some early pace in the debut, which combined for the top early pace, late pace combination in the field. Number 8, your first choice there, Grimes, is the first off the claim for trainer Steve Asmussen, and did have a pretty solid Churchill Downs run in its last race, again, reflecting back on Mike Smith. And then number 10, just like you, Day Trade, decently bet in its debut, off to an okay start. And you can't really overlook Brad Cox when he puts Florent Giroux on there as a jockey. So that's the number 1 jockey for him. So I think that, yeah, they think they have a chance here. Want to say thanks to Honey Bunny for the thumbs up on Facebook. We appreciate that too. Keep them coming. Let's see if we can get to 20 thumbs up on YouTube today and 10 thumbs up on Facebook, although the majority of the folks who watch do so on YouTube. All right, so race number 3 is 6 furlongs, claiming $40,000, non-winners of 2 lifetime. The purse here, Charles, is for $60,000, so pretty good amount of money at stake here. Again, 6 furlongs, tactical speed, mostly fair post positions, a little bit of a bonus if you're in those middle posts 4 through 7. Our way to the winner's circle for race number 3, we see that the 4 horse, which is a horse that likes to get to the lead, should be up on the lead. You should be pressured by the 5 horse, so these 2 should get trips that they're very comfortable with. But if you look at the 7 horse here, another one that should be close to the pace, does have the most late speed and has the best combination of early speed and late speed. So I feel like the 7 is going to be a factor here too. Who do you think is the primary factor, and then the 3 behind that one to make your 4?
Well, my primary factor here is going to be the 6 horse. This horse is going back on dirt today. This horse has that tactical speed. He can sit right there, second or third if he wants to. Drops in this position. Ran well last time out. Ran 4th, but it was only 3.5 off, and it was a really good race for this horse. This, like I said in the past, there's been a couple I said, hey, this could be a good claim. I think you should open up your wallet and claim this horse. I think this is another good claim out there. This horse ran well last year and a graded grade 3, ran 5th. So this horse has some talent. The second choice here is the 2. Won last time out, well bred. Last 2 works are good. This is another one. Maybe you could open up your wallet and buy this one. The 1 horse is my 3rd choice. He's off the turf today, so he's got some tactical speed. Drops. Bejarano stays on this horse, which he's been on him for, I think, almost every race. And so look for this horse to pick some exotics. And then my final choice will be the 7. He was claimed last time out, and this horse has some speed to keep him in the race all the way around.
All right, so he'll be involved from beginning to end. So in my selections here for the 3rd race at Churchill Downs today, I'm going to go with my 7 horse in here. Don't you know it? Second off the bench and has some strong workouts since her last. So I expect to see a horse that's sharp, fit, and ready to go. Number 5, Bay Shore Foxes, carried her speed longer in her last race. And if you look at the race internals, was better across the board. So I like to see that. Number 3 is Al Sanha? I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of horses that go from that maiden claiming riser unless they ran the top last 3 spade figure, which is what the 3 horse did here. And that was the first go around that Churchill track. So maybe a budding horse for the course. And then number 2, I don't have your 6 horses here at all. Save Grace. Got the maiden claiming win in the last. It was the first off the bench for this horse and has a bullet workout since. So another indication that a horse that's sharp and should continue to be sharp today. And we go off to the next race at Churchill Downs, which is the 4th race. It is a mile, maiden claiming $30,000. The purse here is $50,000. Again, real quick, at a mile on the main track. We're looking for horses that typically well, it doesn't really matter which sort of the way they run because they have that 50-50 speed closer stalker bias with outside in bias being 4 through 7 being a little bit better than 8 and out, but otherwise they outperform the 1, the 2, and the 3. And in race number 4, our way to the winner's circle, we got another ginormous field here, Charles. So we got a couple scratches. The 13 got knocked out. The 14 got knocked out, which I think enhances the chances of the 2, the 12, and the 8, because they'll likely be your pace setters on that 50-50 side, with the 2 showing the most early speed so far. The 4 horse is likely to keep them company as a class dropper, and our first appearance of a left arrow horse today. I think we had 4 of them yesterday. 2 of them won, and it was a profitable ROI. So let's see if the 4 horse can get the job done here, Charles. I know 100% now for sure you are peeking into my computer because your best bet, I know, is the 4 horse, and there's no way you got that one without looking at my left arrow sheet.
Well, okay, that's what I did. So yes, the 4 here, as this horse drops, trainer gets 23% when he drops them down 2 classes or more. They add the blinkers today, hot jockey trainer combo, and everything is saying that this is the perfect distance for this horse. It's saying he should like this race. So that's why it's my long shot of the day.
And part of your box it up.
Part of my box it up because you know what? In this race, I think it's wide open for the exotic. And with the 4 being going off approximately 10-1, you might be looking at something good here.
Mm-hmm.
The 7 horse is my second pick here. This is a price horse here. Drops today. Blinkers are on. Ran 3rd the last 2 times. Court goes on this horse. So this Court's, he's an experienced jockey that knows how to control some of these type of horses. So look for this horse to be right there at the end. And then the 8 horse, he cuts back today in distance, and this horse has speed. So he could be hanging around there at the end. So he fits very well with these type of horses. And then my final choice for my box it up is the 11 horse. This horse has tactical speed. And another one that looks like it's setting up perfect for this mile. So he fits very well with this group. And for my box it up of the day and helping my long shot of the day, this is where I pull ahead of you and we take off again as the leaders in our contest.
Ain't gonna happen, as George ain't gonna happen, as George Bush would say. All right, so number 4, race 4 for me. I am going to start off with the 5 horse, Frosted Diamond. You don't even have this one in your pick, so you're box it up, or we put 4 horses together, $1 exacta box, 50-cent try, 10-cent superfecta box. We usually get the race right. We might not always get the horses right, but if you pay attention, you'll see that a lot of times those bombs come in the races we identify as the box it up races. So if you don't like what we like, maybe look for some other stuff in here too, because 9 out of 10 times, Charles, I think you'd agree. And if Terry were here, yes, he'd agree too. It just seems like they're the right races.
Yep.
I also like the 4 horse in here, Nimrods. That's Team Carl's and Team Cherry. Nimrods. Anyway, this is my left arrow horse in here. Was well bet in its debut. It's dropping a couple of classes, so that's a 23% angle for a 9% trainer. In my opinion, that's what you call an alpha angle. And this horse did show that he has the best early pace, late pace combination in the field. Number 12, Mint, is what I am now deeming a lonely EP horse without the 14 in. So it's the only horse that can get to the lead or sit right off the lead. The first 4 races in its career were good enough to win here. Lots of problem at the start at the last race, but it was still well bet. Some time off, back to the track. Going to revert back to its back class, and I think could be, if it runs its best race, I think could be an easy winner here. And finally, number 3. So we have 1 horse that we agree on, Charles. I have number 3, Alfio. Was better across the board with the race internals last time out, with the top last race speed figure, which includes the top late run, which I think should help this horse when it goes a little bit longer today. Race 5 is our next stop. And Charles, it's also the end of the first pick 4, which we'll get to in just a second. I don't remember if it's our hot dog or our prime rib. But anyway, this one is 1 mile and a 16th, claiming $50,000 for a purse of 68 grand. That's the first, and I think the only time today we're going to see 1 mile and a 16th. Tactical Speed wins at the distance with an inside 3 bias. So 1, 2, and 3 tend to do the best. And kind of a shorter field in here. We see it's pretty evenly balanced with the way the race lays out. Of the early pace types, the 4-horse does have a plus advantage at 2 furlongs. 2 furlongs. So at the quarter-mile marker, and has a almost a plus advantage when you combine early pace and late pace. So the 4 gets to the lead, has enough late pace that it might be difficult to pass what you can't catch, Charles. Anybody going to catch him in your view?
Yes, I do. I think, but I do believe that the 4 will hang around for some of the exotics. I must admit that. The 3-horse, I think, is setting it up for this horse. I think there's enough speed in here just to set it up for this horse. This horse ran 3rd last time out. You got the hot jockey trainer combo here. This horse will definitely be closing at the end. So look out at the photo finish there. The 5-horse is another horse that should be right there at the end. Ran 3rd the last 2 times out. Maker gets 17% overall in the year, but he gets 24% when he puts him in maiden claiming. So that's a great angle here for this horse.
Mm-hmm.
Then the speed horses I have finishing out the exotics. I have the 7 first, drops, has speed. Trainer gets 10%, but gets 22% and when they put him in maiden claiming. And then you got the 4 horses, my final exotic horse. Ran 3rd last time out, claimed 2 back, and this horse definitely has the speed.
So I think the 5-horse is going to be the most likely winner here, Leblon. If you look at the races at Churchill Downs, does have the best numbers in here and has a couple of bullet workouts between races. So it should be sharp, minus some kind of in-race trouble, going to be a factor, I believe. Number 4, can't hush this, did tie for the top last race speed figure. Better pace numbers in the first half mile of its last race, usually an indication of a horse that's improving. Number 6, Carmichael, lonely EP horse again with the most late pace in the field. Likely better second off the break with a bullet workout in between races. This race looks kind of competitive on paper to me. And then the 3-horse, your first pick, my last choice, King's Ovation. This guy's been off for 7 months. Plenty of workouts. They've been on schedule. That's something I've picked up from Charles, paying attention to that. They're okay, these workouts. And it was a tough call for me over the 7. But I just think the back class is a little bit better with the 3-horse if it runs to its ability. But if it really needs one, then I would probably prefer the 7 here. So I would pay attention to the odds and see if the bettors are back in that 3-horse, I would be strong. If they're running away from it, then I would probably lean towards the 7. That's how I would look at it. So hot dog race number 2. I got it right. This is where we put $20 to work or less in our hot dog pick 4. Charles is going to do the Noah 2x2 by 5 by 2. Spend the entire $20. I'm going to go 2 by 2 by 3 by 3 for 18, though. I got to admit, in just about every single race, I wish I had more coverage. You agree with that, Charles?
Yeah, I mean, this was a tough pick 4, but like I said, this is where we pull ahead. Me and Terry do right here. We're gonna hit that pick 4, and we'll show you, and we'll hit that box it up and long shot of the day.
So you're like Panic at the Disco. I think you have high hopes.
That's right.
Yeah, they're gonna get dashed. All right. Anyway, crashing against the rocks in race number 6. Maybe you'll get something right here, Charles, because this is your best bet of the day in a 6 furlong maiden claiming $75,000 race for a purse of just 60 grand. Again, if we look at the way to the winner's circle for a profile of a winner, 6 furlongs, tactical speed, the post positions are fair. 4 through 7 have done a little bit better work than the other post positions have. In race number 6, we see that there aren't any scratches. We have a pretty well-balanced race over here. You got some early speed, got some horses that want to be in the middle. You got some closers, a couple first-time starters in here with the 7 and the 8. Of the horses with the experience, it sure looks to me like the 3 with a plus advantage at 2 and 4 furlongs should get its way out of the gate, notwithstanding what the 7 or 8 do. Then on the way home, if the 4 is close out of that turn, has a plus late pace advantage, should be able to run by him at the end if he's close. Charles, will he be?
No. No. Like I said, I came in today knowing there was 3 horses I really like, and one was in the first, and now we have this one in the 6th, in which is going to be the 1 horse here. I really like this horse a lot. This is my best bet of the day. This horse has the speed to take it all the way, or he could just sit off him just a little bit if he wants. This horse was well bet in the last 4 times. Definitely looks ready to rock and roll today. So all I can say to the rest of the horses, you better be running your lights out today for that. The 6th horse is my second choice to finish up the exacta. The horse ran 4th last time, but only lost by 1 3/4 of a length behind, you guessed it, my number 1 horse here. So another one, he's going to just be chasing the same horse. We're going to see the same exacta here now for this race. The 4 horse is for some of the exotics I got here. It's my third choice. The horse ran 2nd last time out. Blinkers are off. Sharp usually gets 16%, but he gets 23% when he takes the blinkers off. So that's a good move and good angle for this horse. And then my final one is the 2. This horse ran 2nd last time out. Trainer gets 19% overall, but gets 27% when he goes from straight maiden to maiden claiming. So that's how I see it.
If you haven't done so yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button here on YouTube, the bell, so when we go live, you're notified. You don't miss anything, or you can follow us. Our Swiss Army Sean will keep you up to speed, as you see down below in our banners. I put them in there now. Horse Race the number 2, Horse Race the number 2 day on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, so for race number 6, for me, Charles, I'm in agreement with you. This 1 horse probably is the one to beat. Bet he's ready. So Charles is best betting that he's ready today with the top last race speed figure and room for more improvement in the 2nd off the break. According to its resume, it will be better today. Number 3 is my second choice in race 6. Insolito does have that plus early pace advantage at 4 furlongs. So halfway through, so through 4 furlongs or 2 furlongs to go, should be on the lead. Does have a maintenance workout in between races to keep the horse sharp. Number 4, Cyclone, has that late pace advantage in here. Did show some improvement early on last race. So if it can connect the beginning to the end with that strong late run, could be good to go in its first run off the bench, or this will be the second go. And then number 7 is my third choice in here, Bourbon Creed. Looking at the November 5th workout was very, very good, and a tough call for me over the 2 here, but we got to throw a first-time starter in here because you just don't know what they're going to bring. And of the 2, that one looks like it probably will be the best to me. Race 7, Churchill Downs, 6 furlongs, maiden, $120,000 race, Charles. At 6 furlongs, again, you want to have some speed. Post positions 4 through 7 have done the best. There weren't enough. There's too many first-time starters in here to have the pace sheet. So we're just going to go straight to picks. Charles, what do you think in this wide-open maiden affair?
Yeah, I almost made this my box it up race too. So I was debating there. So this should be a pretty wide-open affair, I think, overall. But the 12 horse is my first choice. This horse ran 2nd last time out, has speed. This horse has been well bet last time out. So this, everything says that this horse should run better today. And then the 9 horse is my second choice. This one also ran 2nd last time out, has tactical speed, so you can sit real close to the leaders if he has to. The trainer gets 16% when they offer 90-plus days, so you got a real fresh horse. This horse has got some solid works. Looks like it's ready to go. And then the 4 horse is my third choice. Ran 2nd also last time out. But this one has a little bit more speed. Hot jockey trainer combo. So he's going to try to take it wire to wire. And the 3 horse is my final choice here. Solid workouts. Norm Casey, which is an upcoming trainer, gets 18%. And this horse is well bred.
So in race number 7, a lot of these first-time starters versus a few with some experience. I bucket them up. Today I'm going to put that 12 horse. The last race speed figure was way above anything that any of the other experienced horses have done. Although I do think some regression is possible here. If it can repeat that race, probably is your winner. Number 3 is a first-time starter, Effortlessly Elegant. Has a bullet and go is what I term it. And is what that basically means is if you get Barry Meadows' book, and I have a coupon from him, you can get $10 off. I have to check with him to make sure I can share that with everybody. It's a book well worth getting if you like statistics like me. He runs through so many different angles and just about anything you can think of. One of the alpha angles, and the alpha angle for me is anything that wins at 15% or more, is when first-time starters, their last workout before heading to the track is a bullet. That's the case for the 3-horse. Number 2 is Exhibit Hall. They spent a lot of money on this guy, $1.6 million. So there's going to have to start collecting back some of that money for them to get back to break even. I like the fact that they put leading jockey, usually one that's in contention for the leading jockey award at the end, Churchill Downs, and that'll be Luis Saez. That tells me they think they have a shot with this $1.6 million horse. And then finally, the 4-horse was a tough call for me over the 1-horse, but the 2 and 4 furlong pace numbers showed crazy improvement in its last race. So, and the other one with the 1-horse, it just seems like if you look at the lines, every race looks exactly the same. So I'm not sure it's a whole lot of upside in what the 1-horse can bring, although it is dropping from a $200,000 non-graded stakes race. Race number 8, Charles, is the next one as we head into the final 3 at Churchill Downs today. Race 8 is 1 mile, claiming $40,000 for a purse of 68 grand. Again, 1 mile, just a refresher here, is a fair distance. Half the horses win from the front, half stalk and close. There's a little bit of an outside to inside bias, Charles, and we can go back to our way to the winner's circle worksheet. We did get a couple scratches here that I think really impact the race. The 3 being out and the 7 being out. So that means that you have a lone pressure horse here with the 8. Got another left arrow horse over here with the 4-horse, meaning these 2 horses that usually like to, kind of hang out, be patient, and then make their move. They're going to be more forwardly placed than usual today, which could give them a chance to get the top prize. Charles, this is my long shot race in here, but who do you like?
Well, like I said, I like 3 horses today, and this is the other race. This is my third horse that I really like today. And that horse will be the 8. This horse drops today. Maker gets 21%, second after the claim. This horse cuts back today, has that tactical speed. He could do whatever he wants. And this is another one. Open up your wallet. Let's go and claim this horse. I see a future in this horse. And then my second choice is the 6-horse. This horse won last time out. Has speed, hot at the claim box the last 2 times. So tells me everything's okay with this horse, and everybody likes him. So that's for my second pick. And then my third pick is the 5. This horse won last 2 times, has that tactical, more on the closing side speed, hot at the claim box 5 times this year. And here you are again with that father-son combo, Steve Asmussen and his son. This horse looks very well placed here, so this could be danger. And after all the scratches, it really makes me want to put the 4 in now for my exotics. This horse ran 3rd last time out. This is another one that was hot at the claim box and has speed that he could either use it if he has to or hold off and use it at the end.
So I'm going to go with the 2-horse. More of a value than a long shot horse in here. Probably 4-1, 5-1 at the window. Summer Splash did run the top last race. Speed figure. First off the claim for trainer Juan Cano, which is a 18% angle, for Mr. Cano, who normally wins at 10%. So it is an alpha angle, in my opinion. Again, an angle where the trainer outperforms his overall win rate. Number 6 is Runaway Magic. This racehorse did run some strong fractions in a claiming win last time out. Trainer Joe Sharp, when he leaves his horse in the claiming ranks, has won 11 of 33. So if I remember quick math, algebra, or regular math, whatever, 5th grade math, that's 33% when staying in the claiming ranks. Number 8, your one that you absolutely love in here, Roderick from the Diary of the Wimpy Kids novels that I got to watch. They're actually funny movies on TV, so if you could take a look at them. But consistent high-end performer, dropping in class here, should be involved from start to finish. Again, though, it concerns me a little bit, Charles, because all of his races are they're kind of like what's the name of that band? I can't remember the name of the band, where all the songs sound the same. All of his races kind of look the same to me. So high floor, low ceiling. I don't know. It has a lot of upside offering here. Number 4, Emerald Express is another left arrow horse for me with the second best early pace, late pace combination in the field. So now we're going to have a chance to do a long shot best bet daily double for me, because race 9 is my best bet, Charles. It's also a 7 furlong race, optional claiming $80,000. They're running for a decent chunk of change here with 134 grand. It's the first time today we're going to see a 7 furlong race, which do favor early speed horses. There is a rail penalty. Could be a deal killer too in here. It's a pretty tough one. A little bit of bonus if you ride from 2 or 3. 4 and out are fair. Our way to the winner circle pace worksheet. Again, we see a race that's pretty well balanced. Got the 2 horse scratching out here. The EP type, the 1, is a horse that does have some early speed, so we'll be in contention right where it wants to be from the get-go. The 9 horse, a pressure horse, another horse that should get a trip that it's very comfortable with, as well as these 2 pressure closer types that have the most late pace. So the 1, the 9, the 3, and the 6, one of those is probably going to get the trip it wants right into the winner circle. Charles, what do you say?
Yes, this was a very good race. I think overall, there was like 3 horses that I really kind of liked a lot in here. So I'm going to first say Steve Asmussen should have a really good day. He's got live horses. So I like in this race, I like the 9 horse here. The horse won last time out, well bet all 4 times. You got the Steve Santana combo. Let me tell you, that's a very good combo. So they find their way to the winner's circle a lot. Then my second choice here, which is a very tough horse, I believe. One last time out, the 7 here. One last time out, trainer gets 20% when it's 46 plus days off. So a nice little fresh horse here. Solid Works gets Hernandez. So a lot of things point for this horse to do some damage. And then the 3 horse here is my third choice. This horse has speed, but could also hold off on that speed. He can sit second or third or so. Cox gets 23% on 46 plus days off. You got that hot jockey trainer combo. And then the final choice to finish up the exotics will be the 1. He definitely has some speed. Claim the last 2 times. Trainer gets 18%, but gets 23% when he drops them in sprints. So look out for that horse.
I agree, Charles. The 9 horse is the one to beat here. Marseilles, probably Marseilles, I don't know. I don't speak French. Is a lonely P horse that is ahead and just 3/4 of a length from being undefeated in 4 races. And if you connect the early, the mid, and the late part of the race, has a plus early pace, late pace combination. So should run a very good race and maybe look for its 3rd win in 5 races. Number 1 is my second choice. Wayakin popped a really big effort in its last race, has a bullet workout since then. So this horse is in form, absolutely for sure. Probably a threat to my best bet there too. Number 3, he's my Honey Badger. He's a very consistent performer. The average race is good enough to be very competitive here. And a horse has some very strong late pace numbers as well. And then finally, number 6, Coastal Defense, has been off for more than a year. So you don't know quite what you're going to get from this horse. But he has a bullet and go workout here. So that says he should be ready. He should be ready for today's race at Churchill Downs, where he's got 4 races, 2 wins, and a second in 4 tries. Last race of the day, Charles, is yet another 7 furlong race. Another one that's probably pretty much wide open. This is a maiden special weight for $92,000. Again, horses that have early speed, preferably not on the rail, are the type of horses that typically win these races. Our last shot at the way to the winner circle worksheet, again, in a pretty full field here. Got a couple of scratches that might make a difference. The 3 horse, which is moving up in class, got chopped out. The 10 horses out. You got a couple of first-time starters over here with the 1 and the 2. A lot of this race, though, is towards the back half with nothing but pressure and closer types. That should open the door for the 5 horse, which is a early speed type, to get to the front, run some comfortable fractions, maybe a little company from the 9 horse. Charles, do you think race shape determines the outcome, or what do you think is the outcome for this race?
Well, the way I think it's set up, I think you might see a wire-to-wire race here. I really do. He's definitely got a shot at that, and I like the 5. The 5 ran second last time out. He has the speed to steal this race. Trainer gets 19%. It kind of sets it up a little bit here for this horse. My second choice is the 6. This horse definitely has some talent. Ran second last time out. Has that tactical speed, definitely fits with this group. And then my third choice is the 2. Solid Works. Has 1 winner from 1 starter, which is a good thing. Hot jockey trainer combo. And, I think this horse has got something to say at the end. And then the 11 horse here is the tactical speed. Ran third last time. I think there's a jockey upgrade. So I think this horse is going to have something to say here at the end. But I still think it's between the 5 and the 6.
And you can have your say, too. Give us some thumbs up if you like what you're hearing today from Santa Claus. Charles, J.A. Justice says, you look like Santa Claus, so you should be giving out the gift of winners today.
I did. I gave all the winners now.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Boxes. Come on.
Yes, indeed. So this is my box up. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our social sites down below. Give us the thumbs up. Let YouTube and Facebook know you like us, so that they'll put us up a little bit higher in their algorithms and their rankings. This is my box it up, the last race of the day, this wide open maiden special weight. I'm going to go with the 6 horse Groovin' on us. I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday. I forget how that song goes. But anyway, did run better fractions last time out at 1 mile compared to 7 furlongs the previous race. So if you're running longer and you're going faster, that's really going faster. And also has the top late pace in this field. Number 5, Harold's Cloud, could be the lone speed in this race and has some really nice workouts since its debut. And everybody's looking for that lone speed. Look out if he's got the lead in the lane. Number 9, Own the Field, owns the top early pace, late pace combination. Has some very good Churchill Downs works for the first race since late August, where it debuted at Saratoga. And then finally, number 2, Slammin' It. Going to take a shot here, probably with the top jockey trainer combination in this race with Brad Cox and Florent Garou. Cox does hit at 24% with maiden special weight horses. And that also, Charles, along with my box it up, where we put 4 horses together in a $1. What's a $100 play today? Boy, Barry's going crazy today, from $50 to $100. All right, Barry. He's up in his game, Charles. So you got to up your game. What's your $50 play on the day? Or 100, excuse me.
It would be it would have to be the 6th race. Like I said, I like 3 horses today a lot, but the one I really like the most out of those 3 is the 6th race.
Yeah, I would say, one of the things you might want to look at too, Barry, is here are our full card picks again. Kind of look at the races where maybe Charles and I agree on, because we don't always see. I think Terry and I think, have more similar handicapping styles than Charles and I do. So when we come to agreement on something, I think that's probably a good tell that that horse has a good shot to win. Speaking of winning, let's talk about our prime rib pick for Charles. We both agree that that first leg is probably, well, you got the all button in the end. Charles loves to employ that all button, and he makes it work for $100. It's all going to be dependent on that 8 horse. I do have my concerns with that 8. I'm going 4x3 by 3x4. Mine's we're both $90 tickets, Charles. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, our full card picks look like this. Charles' long shot in race number 4. My long shot in race number 8. Charles' best bet, or maybe $100 candidate for Barry, is race number 6 with the 1 horse. It is one of those races that Charles and I do agree on. And then my best bet is in race number 9. Again, another race that Charles and I agree on as the top choice in here. Our box it up for Charles includes his long shot in race number 4. Again, 4 horses, $1 exact the box, 50-cent try, 10-cent super. We might not have the right 4 horses, but I would say there's a 90% chance we pick the right races where there's going to be some nice payouts. Hot Dog Pick 4 starts in race number 2. Again, $20 budget. Charles spending his full allotment. Me, I'm saving a couple of bucks, going for 18. If the 5 horse and the 12 horse do well, I should do all right. And then again, finally, our prime rib pick 4s. There you go. Late pick 4. Hopefully we hit it for a big amount, at least me, so I can widen our lead in that contest. And if you're going to bet over at Mahoning Valley today, please head on over to a guaranteed tip sheet. There is a link in the description down below. It is the free track of the day over there. So click on that link, go over to the free track, and you'll see in race number 1, Danza Magic at 9-2 is a best bet. So maybe that horse at a good price can hit the board. Put your exacta trifecta tickets around it, see if they come home. And of course, tomorrow is Turkey Day. So it's a lot of football, a lot of sports, college football, big weekend coming up, Ohio State, Michigan. If you want to know who's going to win those games, go to the Pick with the Professor. There is a link in the description down below. He'll tell you who he likes, why he likes them. Make sure you watch his YouTube show as well. While you're there, hit him up in the comments section. Let him know that Horse Racing Today, Charles, Terry, Rich, Sean, and Jamie sent you. And that wraps up our picks and any of the promotions we got to do, Charles. Well, not promotions, just friendships where we both talk nicely about each other. Again, these are our full card picks for the day. Charles, any final thoughts before we get up and out of here and get prepared for Thanksgiving?
Well, join us tomorrow as we do a Thanksgiving show. So that's it.
Yes, we'll be doing Fairgrounds tomorrow. Tom and I, for 4 and Friday on Black Friday, we're going to head back down under to Caulfield, where we've had a lot of success in Australia. So if you have some insomnia from all the tryptophan from the turkey, that will probably put you to sleep, not give you insomnia. But if you have to overcompensate with 14 monsters, make sure you check that out for the Australian racing. And then Saturday, Terry and I will be back, and we'll be doing Churchill Downs again. They got a lot of big stakes races, including a Kentucky Derby qualifier. So that should be fun at Churchill Downs on Saturday. Same time, 12 o'clock Eastern. That wraps it up. Charles, I'll see you tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Any final thoughts before we leave?
No, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow.
If you're traveling, please make sure you drive wherever you're going safely so that you can tune in tomorrow to see me extend my lead. And Charles and I start a Thanksgiving tradition at Fairgrounds. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. And no matter what you do today, we hope it can only end up in the
winner circle.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful hump day.